Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kittens Adventures. So, this obviously isn't the venue or where we were for this particular video. We're currently sat in my room. But because I was a numpty and I forgot to do an intro video for Slaughter to Prevail. I was having too much fun, having a few drinks, hanging out with Bernsey, hanging out with Carl, going to the pop-up shop and just generally just having a great time. And so I completely forgot to actually film in terms of the dialogue or anything. So, I've got some footage of the bands, which you will see in the video. But yeah, so this is why we are sat in my room rather than walking around Manchester with Carl and with Bernsey. Bernsey, obviously, from previous videos. Grew, yeah, you know him obviously from Bloodstock. You also know Carl as well from Bloodstock. You'd have seen them both there. But yeah, we ended up obviously going to London, as I said in the previous video. Went to see Beyond the Black, and after that stayed over in London. So caught the Underground, obviously then from Shepherd's Bush over to Euston. Mad enough though, the train I was meant to get on was cancelled. And I thought, oh my God, how am I going to get to Manchester? And then luckily I saw another train, said it left at 9:30 in the morning, that is. And I thought, stuff it, it's going to Manchester. So I went over, showing the guy my ticket. He just told me to get on. And so I got on the train. Then I ended up just sitting there. And then I was debating, do I get off at Crewe? And then I have to wait 2 hours, or do I, just stay on it? Because from Crewe, it's an extra half an hour to the train station. So I decided, I'll stay on it. The gates were left open anyway because the football was on, and the train I was meant to catch, the train I caught at 9:30 was actually meant to pick up at Euston for 8:30. So that train was an hour late anyway. And of course, you had all these people that were on the train trying to get to Manchester to get to Old Trafford, I believe it was, ready for the football. So obviously there was a lot of people late getting to the football. So because of that, that's why they opened up the gates at Piccadilly. So we're able to sail straight through. So that was amazing. So yeah, so got through. Then I went over to the tavern, had some food, had me scampi, mashed potato. Yep, I had mashed potato. This is going to be a bit controversial, but mashed potato over chips any day. So yes, so I had scampi, I had mashed potato, and I had some peas. And I had it with a nice cherry Pepsi, which was bloomin' lovely. So, all that, drank that, and then worked out what I needed to do. So, caught the tram, took it to Oxford Street. The tram in Manchester, guys, is really simple. It's nice and easy to do. It's very similar to the London Underground. So once you suss it out, with London Underground, there is that app you can use, which is just literally the London Underground app. It just makes it nice and simple. Especially for people like myself. When I was looking at the map, and I just look at all the squiggly lines and all that, and it just goes straight over my head. Do not get it one bit. But thanks to that app, it actually puts it in words, so you can see what line you need, what trains you need, times, everything. So it makes it nice and easy. And, it's likewise with the tram in Manchester. It's just as easy. You got all the stuff there. And, again, you just look it up on any train website. It'll tell you, what train to catch and everything. And you can get your little Lincoln trains. And likewise with the tram, you can have a look at that. There's websites for that. And there's plenty of signs when you actually get to one of the tram stations. It'll tell you, where it's going, what one you need and everything. So you can get about Manchester really, really easy. As I said, just like you would in London, using the Underground. So we ended up catching that. Took it to Oxford Road. And it's quite funny because took it to Oxford Road, then got off and went over, and literally as I was about to put the QR code onto the gate, I then suddenly saw this party cannon back patch. And I looked up to see who that was, and it was Carl. And then, of course, I saw Bernsey. So quickly went through, ran over to them together from that point, went over to the pub where they had the pop-up shop. We all bought ourselves our Slaughter to Prevail t-shirts. And then we met this other guy, James, I believe his name is. And we went over back to Grand Central, where we all had a couple of I had a couple of Guinnesses. Me and Burnsley hit up the jukebox, putting on some nice ballady pop music. You know, the usual, Deicide, Cannibal Corpse. I think it was a bit of Slaughter to Prevail, probably. And yeah, just all that good stuff, you know, just all that ballady, nice pop stuff, you know. So yeah, so we're playing that. Still don't understand why it has to be so aggressive. Why does it have to be so aggressive? Why? So there we go. So we're there doing that. And when it came to 3 o'clock, we used the tram to get over to our hotel, which was a brilliant hotel. It was really nice. Used the tram, got to where we needed to be, 20-minute walk, got into the hotel, got into our room, £50 between the three of us, so really could not complain at that. And so there we were. Yeah, we had a few drinks in the hotel, a few drinks on the way to the venue. So then we got to the O2 Victoria warehouse where Slaughter to Prevail were playing. And on the lineup, it was Annotations of an Autopsy, Suicide Silence, Dying Fetus, and of course Slaughter to Prevail. But we timed it fine. I mean, we got to the venue, and we were at the venue for, was it about 6:30, 25 to 7. It took us about 10 minutes to get in, and we thought, we'd have time. We wander over, have a quick look at the merch, go over to the bar, get a drink, and then be ready for Annotations of an Autopsy. I mean, the worst case scenario, we'd miss 2 songs or something, thinking that they were going to be on at 7 till 7:30 or something. But nope. They were on for 15 minutes. Yeah, 15. 15 minutes. And they started at 6:45 and ended at 7 o'clock. I mean, I'm glad I've seen them before. Because if that was my first time of seeing them, I mean, that would have been so annoying. And it was annoying missing them anyway. But it is what it is. But then, thankfully, though, we were there, we got our drinks, had a look at the merch. And, yours truly bought this hoodie. Way! Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at this badass hoodie. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, though. So, so you got the logo there on the front. You got some writing there on the sleeves, which you can see. So, so got that. Got the hoodie. And obviously at the pop-up shop, bought the tour t-shirt, as I said earlier. So then that's when we went back and went into the main room, went to the bar, got ourselves a drink, and then found a spot, and then we got ready for Suicide Silence, who they were really, really good. First time of seeing them, so that was fantastic, seeing Suicide Silence. Then in came Dying Fetus. I mean, the first time I saw them was back in 2009 at Leamington Spa, and that was with Trigger the Bloodshed, Annotations of an Autopsy, and Cannibal Corpse. So, absolutely brilliant gig, that one. But yeah, Dying Fetus were brilliant. It's a shame they didn't play Homicide or Retribution, but, it is what it is. They played Wrong One to Fuck With, so, happy days, really. Then, of course, Slaughter to Prevail started to play. And, to start with, we were fairly close to the front and in the middle. And then, I thought better of that. I quickly went to the back as soon as the band started, because I knew exactly what was going to happen there. But so then we watched Slaughter. Fantastic show. And then afterwards, we went to Satan's nightclub, where we partied the night away, really, until about 3 o'clock-ish in the morning. I can remember My Chemical Romance being played, the song I'm Not Okay. And a few other songs and all that. Remember having a hobgoblin and also drinking hooch for the very first time as well, which was quite nice, to be fair. It was all right. Having that. Then obviously we went back and straight to bed, really. Then after that, everything else went smoothly. Got back home, so it was all good. But fantastic gig. Shame we missed Annotations of an Autopsy, but what the absolute F? Why were they only on for 15 minutes? I mean, that is bollocks, mate. It is bollocks. Anyway, either way, though, the rest of the gig, fantastic. Went brilliantly. So, really happy about that. Cheers to Carl and cheers to Burnsley for making that an awesome night. Absolutely fantastic night. So, yep. Hopefully you enjoy the video. So, for now, we're going to get on with some music. You can now enjoy the sweet, sweet sounds of Suicide Silence, Dying Fetus, and of course, Slaughter to Prevail. So, I'll bid you all adieu, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and do all that crazy shit.
I had some time to check out Annotations tonight. It was fucking sick as shit. I remember touring with Annotations back in 2008. Those guys are my fucking homies. I love those guys very much. Shout out to them.
That's fine.
I mean, doors were out, they must have been on fucking early.
Do me a favor, y'all. Put your middle fingers up in the sky for me.
That'd be cool to have seen him.
If you hate your job, you hate your fucking bullshit ass fucking day, you hate your teachers, I want to see that middle finger up in the sky. Even if you don't hate them, just put them up. Cause fuck it. Keep them up in the sky for me. Keep them up, I can't see you. There they are.
Like, it's only 7:30.
Repeat after me, folks.
I've been to like
Fuck every day! Hey Mark, what do you think of that?
That
was okay, we got one more. He says you can get louder. Can you get louder for me, folks? I said, can you get louder? Alright, put it back up.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Put them back up.
Oh yeah, you got Suicide.
Repeat after me, folks.
So, I mean,
Every day! Ernie, what you think of that one?
Yeah.
You guys definitely have one more again. Put him back up.
Hey, if the drummer's not impressed, he's not gonna hit the fucking snare hard. So I need to hear that shit, alright? I need a hard snare right now. Put him up in the sky! fucking watch my chest. fuck is up? How we doing? We're gonna jump a little bit. Can you fucking jump? fucking still? Can you fucking jump? Let's see. The floor dogs are gonna fucking jump as high as you fucking can, alright? Jump the fuck!
There we go, guys. Welcome back to Kittens Adventures. And thank you for watching the Slaughter to Prevail vlog. And generally listening to some great music. And, well, I just want to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of all this. And hope you enjoyed the video. So remember to like, subscribe, do all that crazy shit. Bid you all adieu, and I'll see you in the next one.